A lot of you guys are wondering right now what is going on with Bitcoin, why we are not going to the upside. I will show you today what I have found, and that explains everything. You don't want to miss that, and let's go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here on this Monday. For some weird reason, I thought it's Tuesday today, but it doesn't matter. New week, new game here for us. Also, don't forget, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, and also activate the notification bell to never miss out on these really important updates. And now let's start off here with the DXY chart. So here into the market open, which is happening in an hour from now. The DXY is going to the downside here again around the 106.5 point level. Again, guys, once we are closing a daily candle below that, expect continuation to the downside. So we are not far away from March. Into March, I definitely expect being below that level, potentially even below 105 points. In the best case scenario, we get here at one point a really nasty candle to the downside, straight down to like 104 points, even a little bit below that potentially. On the Bitcoin CME chart, as you can see, we had created a really small CME gap here overnight, but it was really small. We immediately came down to close it, and now we're actually above the opening price, which is also a bullish sign here for Bitcoin. I mentioned that yesterday. Either we will not get a CME gap or it gets immediately closed, and in both cases price will start to rally back to the upside. So, and what we're experiencing right now is just the final shakeout and potentially already a bigger reversal here. So if I look here on the spot market, in a moment I'm going to show you that. Now, I can definitely see on my portfolios, you know, so here on my phone and stuff like that, can see how they are recovering right now. So, but why is it so hard for Bitcoin to go up right now? Because there's no volatility in the market. We have seen it over the weekend. We were stuck in a range. So I thought, okay, let's have a look at the Bitcoin volatility index, what's happening there. And what we can see here, since the end of January, so almost a month, volatility fell off a cliff. And every single time when that happens, look here also there, volatility falls off a cliff. We go sideways, and then at some point, volatility starts to spike again, and then price starts also to rally back to the upside, the same like in 2020. So here we are exactly at this point again, where volatility comes massively down and price is just chopping sideways. But the next thing that's going to happen is the massive expansion, the big rally that we had seen here in 2020 into 2021 in the last bull run. So nothing to really concerned about. Also, the weekly chart is here about this week to print that buy signal on the stochastic RSI. As I pointed out, the RSI is going sideways, but we have printed our tweezer bottom that I was looking out for, and that we started the week now in red. I will not pin this down on one single day or the first half of this day, that the market is now continuously going here to the downside. So no, that's not the case, guys. We need to be a little bit more patient, and this can still even today turn around. And also statistically, I actually closed by accident that window. When a Monday is red, the remainder of the week is most of the time green. So let this be a bit red Monday. Tomorrow, most likely, we are going to recover most of the losses that we are making currently. So then on the 12-hourly chart, as you can see, stochastic turning around, about to print a buy signal, RSI slightly pointing to the upside. So here, nothing has really changed. We need the point of control back in the hands of the bulls for continuation. And in the meantime, we keep consolidating here in that symmetrical triangle. And only when we get a breakout here, either to the upside or to the downside, we have a decisive move and a direction. So, but again, upside is favored here. We just have a lot of resistance to get through. But once that is cleared, you're going to get here a nice juicy pump to the upside. Here on the lower time frames on the 1-hourly chart, here you see clearly why Bitcoin is moving back to the upside, because we are bouncing off here that underlying order cluster, that buy cluster from $95,300 all the way down to $95,000. If that breaks, then we will get another move to the downside in direction of $93,500. Until then, that level remains support, and every single time when we run into it, at least for the next couple hours, we should expect a bounce here. So, and also here to the upside, you can see the next major level of resistance is around $96,700. So I had mentioned that the last 2-3 days already, that this is now a key level that we need to break, because if I draw here a horizontal line, and you can clearly see that this is now basically a jumping rope for the price, you know. So we get below that, we come above it, we get below it, we get above it, we get below it. Now we should get above it again in the short term, especially when you look at all the indicators. They're all pointing to the upside. Only the RSI is currently going a little bit down because we are so close to that resistance. But also here, potentially in the next 10-15 minutes, the direction will change here back to the upside. Then on the MDX Algo Scalp Gradients, we turned here color-wise a little bit greenish, not super greenish yet. That can sometimes happen. Let me show it to you guys here, over there. Look over here. We had green, then we went up, then we came down, then it was here kind of greenish blue. And then we ran again to the upside. So something similar is happening here right now. We have here no dot plots on either indicator, not on the React indicator, not on the scalp gradient indicator. So here also on the React indicator, it looks more like that we have here locally now bottomed out over the last couple of hours. Here, basically here. So lower low, higher low, triple bottom, higher low. Now it's time to go to the upside and break $97,900 to get out of that symmetrical triangle and get a nice move here in direction of 100,000, past $100,000. So something crazy happened actually on ZoomX, guys. So remember that I yesterday set a limit order for my Solana trade. It got cancelled. And because of that, my Solana position got liquidated. So that was $50,000. But I was like, okay, you know what? Solana is anyway not doing so well right now. I rather open a new Ethereum trade. And that's what I did here on ZoomX. So my Bitcoin trade is still doing quite well. Nothing has changed here. So, and also the Ethereum trade makes already a little bit profit here, $1,000 currently. So I'm gonna let this run. And also here, if I have to, I'm just gonna add more to that position, guys. And don't forget, if you want to trade on ZoomX, there is a link in the description. For me, it's still a super good platform out there. One of the few non-KYC exchanges that you can actually trust. And as you can see, I have there a huge amount already of profit, you know. So even I started with $100,000, I'm still here at $864,000 plus the profit, you know. So that is like roughly almost $900,000 still, you know. So I made here $800,000 profit in the first 2 months when I started trading here. So there's a link in the description below that, guys. Use that link. So now on the liquidation levels, here to the downside, we have already taken out the majority of the liquidity. I want to remind you that I said yesterday we could come down into like 95 to take out what's there. And from there, I expect that we move back to the upside because it was coinciding with the CME Gap. And that's exactly what happened here. Does it make sense to move here one more time back to liquidate everybody? No, because there's again degens opening just below that. So no, what means just below that? Again, around the same price, new positions. And they're going to put their liquidation price somewhere here. So, and should we now rinse and repeat that whole game? You know, so price comes a little bit up, goes down and liquidates the over-leveraged liquidity, goes up a little bit, liquidates the over-leveraged liquidity, and so on and so on. No, that's not what's going to happen here. Because that is a game that has to be played on both sides. And here to the upside, we have definitely more liquidity overall than what we have to the downside. So the directional move here is still to the upside, regardless what's happening here, really close to the price action right now. Then here on the liquidation heat map, you can clearly see that the highest concentration is here at 99,500 all the way up to $100,300 currently. So, and that again gives you an indication where price is going next, you know. So that we come down here to like $93,000, my opinion, quite unlikely unless something crazy happens in the market, another FTX Bybit situation, something like that, or that the Lazarus group who has hacked Bybit, that they find a way to dump like the majority of their position somewhere, and that has market impact. That could be something, but otherwise I don't see it happening. So here, my Bybit account is actually not logged in here. So, but what I wanted to show you guys something else. I'm trading now here on a new exchange. So, and that is ByDefi, guys. So ByDefi, also amazing platform. That will be the next platform where I'm gonna take $100,000 to $1 million in the next couple of days. I'm gonna start this. So if you want to 10x your account here in the next 2 months, maybe even faster than that, it doesn't matter if you have 100,000, if you have $10, 50, 100, 500,000, 10,000, 50. Doesn't matter how much you have. Maybe 10 million, you know, and you want 100 million. Doesn't matter, guys. Doesn't matter. If you want to 10x your account here, starting from the end of this week, most likely, get your ass up, sign up on Buy DeFi. I'm gonna leave a link in the description and the pin coin below so that you can sign up there. I'm gonna take another account from $100,000 to $1 million on Buy DeFi, guys. So don't miss out on that. Trust me, you need to have an account on Buy DeFi to do that. Because of the slippage across different platforms. You know, even like 0.1 cent can make a difference on Buy DeFi to Bybit, and you miss basically the target. You know, so that's why if I do something like that, have an account on that platform. So they have also right now a welcome offer running. I need to look it up again. I sent it yesterday to me. So just by signing up, you get also again some free money. So make use of that. And then let's get here another nice account to 10x. The Bitcoin dominance is rampaging here to the upside. We talked about this yesterday, that this is a potential scenario that I would have seen here for today. We are also staying below that level that I pointed out, and that is 61.9%. Not seeing that this is getting to be broken unless Bitcoin turns around and gets now a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 candle move to the upside or to the downside. Then this will change. But until then, expect tomorrow another downwards movement, and then finally for good a move below 61.9% with continuation here in direction of 59%. The total free market cap also suffering today here a little bit, but this is also not the end of the world for me, because as long as we are holding here this support cluster, we are fine. So between 836 billion and 862 billion approximately, as long as we are holding that support box, we are fine, because usually we bounce back from this here and continue to go to the upside. Now Ethereum is still respecting the upward sloping trend line here. If you were here in this trade setup for some weird reason, then you would have gotten stopped out. Yeah, so technically yesterday you would have entered this here. And if you would have not taken profit here, you would have gotten stopped out all the way down here in a little bit in a loss. But now you understand why I said, if you're not that risk adverse, wait for the break up here with a candle close above that level before you enter this trade, you know? So if you entered here because you wanted to be a little bit more on the risky side, then yes, you got punished for that. But regardless, here on the 4-hourly chart, everything looks like a turnaround is about to happen here in Ethereum. That's why I open also on ZoomX that Ethereum trade. And I believe the next time that we come up here, that we're actually breaking through this and then continue to move here in the direction of $3,000. Solana got hammered quite well here today, I'm not gonna lie, but it also looks like that we are finally at the end of it. We ran into that support box all the way down here at $157. From there, we finally got a wick here back to the upside. So now I want to see over the next couple hours a little bit more of a reclaim in direction of like $167, because that will then create on a daily chart here that kind of a candle. So that would be really, really nice to see something like that. Let's see if we are getting it. The swing trade and of course the short-term trade never activated. So the swing trade is technically stopped out. But to be honest, I would start building a new swing trade position if you got stopped out from all the way down here. So a little bit lower, from like $163 roughly. From there, I would build here a new swing position, because I don't believe that we get here to like $150. Even though I want to mention that there is a potential huge unlock happening, or there is actually a huge unlock happening from the FTX estate, and they can technically sell all the Solana. I don't believe that they're going to dump it on the open market. I believe rather that market makers are buying it up OTC. Just for the simple reason, they get it at a discount, and they just wait until the market is picking up, and then when they believe they have created the top of that bull run for Solana, then they're gonna unload all of it. So, but usually they do it step by step, you know, on the way to the upside. But that's absolutely fine, you know. So let them do that. But don't believe that when the unlock is happening that you get like a 30-40% move to the downside. So people today on Twitter that were calling for that we are going back to like $110, you know, in Solana. I definitely don't see that happening. So much support would be broken on the way to the downside if that would be happening, and I just cannot see it. So that's why I'm telling you, enter here from like $163, wait for the break of this downward sloping trend line, add a little bit more at the break, and then just let it run into a new all-time high. So because you should not forget, right now we have here almost, what is that? From the high here, look at this. We have here a 40, yeah, wait, the total was here 47.5% discount in total. So that is huge for a project like Solana. So that's why I would definitely, if you don't want to leverage, it's fine, do it on spot, buy some spot. But if you leverage, low leveraged, and start building positions here, guys, so with everything that looks here that we are about to turn around. Guys, that's already for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you with not another shakeout tomorrow.